at that beautiful intro, eh? That was nice. Already passed out. I had Garrett sitting here in the studio waiting since 7:30
I've been waiting here for all night.
this morning. Welcome, everybody.
Hey.
To another stream. I'm Antony from Master of the 80s, and of course Gareth, who blessed us with his appearance yet again this week, late at night.
Yes, we got 30 minutes.
So just a little behind-the-scenes thing that people don't know, that every Friday I hear Gareth gives me shit, says, I have kids and stuff. I need to get to bed, I'm like, sorry. Excuse me.
I'll get the knees and elbows in me in the morning. So wake up.
Yeah, them days are done for me.
I was sick. I just started feeling better. I was sick since last Saturday. Tomorrow, if I was still sick, tomorrow would be a week.
Really?
Yeah.
And
it wasn't bad though. It wasn't like severe. I just kind of like sore joints and like a head cold kind of thing, a little bit of a headache.
Yeah.
But it was Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then my body kind of felt better, but you can still kind of hear it in my voice now.
Yeah.
Nasal stuff is still like, I feel good. I feel great, but you can still kind of hear
it. Was it mono?
No. I wish it was.
What is that? Because I always heard it in American films in the 80s.
Yeah.
I never know what it is.
Have you got mono?
We used to call it the kissing disease. So
yeah, what is it?
Yeah.
So all I know is I used to get it from making out a lot. So everybody's like, I got mono, man. I used to always say I lied about having mono once. just to prove that I was kissing girls.
What is it, the mumps?
Hey, Don's here. The clock is running on Gareth's appearance. That's right.
Yes, it is. Okay, straight in with the tape then.
Hello, Tracy.
Hey, Tracy.
Hey.
Yeah, so I got these X-Rentals. What do you got there?
I'm starting.
The Outlaw Rider.
The Outlaw Rider.
I have no idea. I've never seen it. I know nothing about it.
Either.
No, I don't know that one either.
VPD tape. So.
Yeah, what year's that?
It's got some. I don't know. That was an excellent question. It's only 92 minutes. Hang on. The writing's so small. The light's not on there. What else? The Law of Violence, Death at Orwell Rock, $1 Too Many with John Saxon, To Kill a Jackal, and as usual, they don't put a bloody date on these things.
On it.
Yeah, the copyright is, but so and so, but there's no date. But it's from Video Program Distributions in Wembley, Middlesex. If you want to phone them.
It's not a film I know.
No. There's no
did that come in a lot with something?
Yeah.
Sometimes they're the best way to find some oddball ones.
Are you still picking up a lot of lots, Gareth?
No. Very rare these days.
Because I used to pick up a lot of bundles all the time, but then it went like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think lockdown, everyone was clearing out their garages, and I picked up a lot there and then.
Yeah.
Unless you want Disney films that people think are worth money.
Yeah, there's not much now. If I do come across anything, people are trying to sell things off in like fours and stuff now, which I've always found a bit fucking weird. But
I saw one of those earlier.
Yeah, here's one film that's dead good, but you can have 3 shit ones go with it.
Yeah, it's like if you want this good one, I need you to take 5 of these off my hands.
Yeah. I'm just going to offload all this crap.
And then I get a couple extra bucks out of you and get rid of the trash at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. So this
clever.
Free, and then read into the description, open to offers.
Yeah.
So that's how I ended up with I got 2 orders. I got 2 orders here of somebody's rentals that I ended up with. I got them both in like bundles of other movies, right? And they're from 2 different stores, from 2 different places. But there's some of them are some pretty good titles. But like I said, you guys don't have this because like these cases that they put the tape in, because the slip covers that we have are shit, right? So
yeah.
once they started renting them out, they needed to put them into something. So they'd either put them into like a clamshell, like what you guys got, or they'd have their own cases, especially custom made for their video store. This is a clear one, and this is a purple one.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
From two different video stores, right? So they just, instead of putting them in a box with the cover on it, they'd leave just one box on the shelf with tags, and then you take the tag, and then when you go to the counter, the guy would give you this. So I ended up with two people's see-through order.
I mean, that clear box that you had up first, then that's quite natty with the cut off corners.
I was looking at it. Yeah,
purple order.
Yeah.
Never seen that before.
No, I've never seen that before.
Yeah, so these are like just regular square ones, like. Then they'd have like you said, like these ones had like ones with cut off corners and different like.
I've never seen that.
Even the button's like a big a big space button on it. You push on it.
I like it.
And on these ones here, well, it says please rewind. This one says please rewind on it. But there is one of them, and I don't have it with me. But you can't see them on these ones. A lot of times they'd have like the video store, the name of the video store, and the address and everything written on here.
Yeah.
So this purple order I have right here has got some interesting titles in it. So I thought I would say what they are. You get a kick out of it. Let's see who's here. Russell's here.
Hey, Rusty.
What's going on, Russ?
Hey, Russell.
So the first one is this. Whoever's tapes these were had pretty good taste. This was a good there's 5 of them on the purple order. So maybe this was like a Friday night or something like that. The guy rented these 5 movies and never brought them back. Never brought them back to the video store.
How dare they?
So the first one is Night of the Demons 2.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Night of the Demons 2 from like what 88 or something, or 94. 94? I think it's 90 in the 90s, eh? Night of the Demons.
Hold on, I'll soon tell you. I've got the for it here.
I think it's 94. Night of the Demons 2.
So I can find it.
Who needs the internet? I'll check my book.
Yeah. That's how sad it's become that I've started writing shit down.
Is that night with a K or an N?
87. 87.
87. Night of the Demons 2.
Yeah, it came out straight away, didn't it?
So that's a pretty good one right there. Then he had. Let me try to do this fancy shit here. Let me see if I can get this fancy bullshit going here. Then he got Creature from 1985.
Oh,
yeah, Creature.
From
1985.
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure.
They land on some kind of like moon or something like that, and there's like they find some kind of a capsule with some shit in it.
Yeah, the cover over here was really shit. It was like a side shot of an alien, like coming in sideways on. It's fucking rubbish. Prism Leisure put it out on a really crap DVD years ago over here.
The cover of the I have it in a cut box in another X rental, but I have 2 X rentals. I have that one, and I have a cut box one of it, which actually has a cover. And so it's like it's super dark, and you see the alien monster like from the side view, and it kind of looks like it looks like an eel.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's just like a little bit of space, like it's completely black.
Yeah, there was no expense spared on that cover.
No, you know what? I kind of like it.
The budget went.
Yeah,
I kind of like it. The movie's pretty cool too. So
yeah,
it's got who's in it, Gareth? Ferris Bueller's father.
Of course it is.
The guy who plays I can't remember his name, that actor, but the guy who plays Ferris's dad. What else? I'm trying to. There's one of them I want to keep for last. So the next one I watched part 2 yesterday. It's free on YouTube. I was thinking maybe Tony might know this. Thunder Warrior. This is Thunder Warrior 3.
Nice. That's probably quite rare.
Ooh, yeah.
So
unless it goes under another name here.
last week when I went and picked up some tapes, I showed them on the show last Friday. I picked up some tapes from some dude, and the guy I was with, he got an X rental of Thunder Warrior 2. Then I'm thinking to myself, Thunder Warrior 2, Thunder Warrior. I said, that sounds familiar. I said, I think I might have one of those. And then I came back and I checked, and I was right. I have Thunder Warrior 3. And it's quite a racist 1980s Native American movie.
Yeah, I think I've seen the Cinema Snob cover them.
It's also known as just Thunder.
Yeah, there it is. Thunder 3. I've just found it now.
Yeah.
All right. No, I don't know that one.
1988 with Mark Gregory.
Yeah, part 2 from '87 is free on YouTube. I watched it the other night, and it's
They do have the awesome posters, though.
Yeah, that's cool.
It is quite racist towards Native Americans. Like, I'll tell you that much. I was like, oh my god, man, you couldn't make something like that today. What's Russell saying here? Remember the Boneyard?
Yeah, I've got Boneyard. Boneyard's a fantastic film. I think it's like 88 or 89, something like that. And there's a virus breaks out, like turning people into zombies. And obviously to cut costs down because they didn't have the money for the film, everything's set in a morgue. So these zombies sort of take over a morgue, but it fucking possesses a poodle as well. And you get this like half man, half poodle zombie thing at the end. It's fucking nuts.
That sounds awesome.
Sold, yeah. I only own a Blu-ray of it. 88 put a Blu-ray out of it a while back. But it's worth a pickup.
No, that's they don't age, especially the subject matter in these movies don't age that well, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. I like it though, to be fair.
Hey, what's going on, Pugwall?
Hey, Pugwall.
Right.
Right,
this one.
So anyways, the next one is...
Oh, I see. Never mind the guests.
Hold on, I just want to get... I'll show this order. The Deadly Intruder.
That's a Thorny in my one, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's from like 87 or something like that, or...
Deadly Intruder.
85. I think it's from 85, yeah.
Okay.
So he picked up a nice, a couple thrillers, some sci-fis and shit. So that's a nice little Friday night right now. And the last one that he got here is Black Erotic Moments, Volume 1.
Well, get your tally out. We'll put that on. Can you even show the silver?
So it's like, you get a little bit of like a window into the dude's Friday night or the weekend, Yeah,
that is.
Yeah, bit of horror, bit of sci-fi, porn to finish it off.
Yeah, some porn at the end, baby.
Perfect Friday evening with pizza.
I thought that was hilarious, man.
That's good.
What up, Puma?
Right.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Puma. Right.
Oop.
Do me. No, that's not you. Ever heard of this one?
Talk.
No,
Talk.
nor have I.
No.
There's another one. No bloody dates on. But a lot of Italian names on it.
Who put the tape out?
Viz Movies.
Viz Movies.
Let me see the cover again. Hulk?
Yes. I don't know if there's any real budget labels.
Oh god, yeah, it's not even stuck on straight.
Is it about smoking anything?
It's about a Vietnam veteran hitchhiking and gets picked up by con artists who leave him for dead. But yeah, there's more. He comes back for revenge by the look of it.
Okay. Maybe he's smoking some cowboy.
Bit of a Rambo knockoff then.
Maybe he's puffing on some cowboy smoke during it. Real bullets.
Real bullets.
It was Martin Landau.
That's a great cover.
Yeah, isn't it? They got this broken glass effect.
What's the price sticker on it on the front?
£2.99 from Video Academy.
Nice.
And there's Martin for the one day he was on set.
Yeah.
This one's 1988.
What's going on, Horror Cat Dad?
Missing up 2 pictures, I think, unless it's dark pictures.
The dude on the front looks like the dude on the front from here. He looks like the guy. Looks like the lad with Soul Glow from
Yeah,
Coming to America.
Martin Lando Salieri. A ruthless mobster gang boss with a huge criminal empire. A team of Hollywood stuntmen and women. He fights back with. Yeah.
Okay.
It started when all the stuntmen went to the desert retreat for a weekend of target shooting and fun and relaxation. A mad orgy of destruction, violence, and death.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, sold. Take me £3.
Is that a Cheech and Chong lost film? Toke? Yeah, that's
I'm sure it's just his name. Let me see.
It looked like some kind of horror movie called Toke. You know, the guy's like,
yeah, it's a 1973 film.
He's in a marijuana field. He's trying to rob the field, right? And then like they set the field on fire, and he gets like caught in a fire, circular marijuana fire around him, and he's like breathing in the weed till he dies. Then he starts to get burned alive and everything. That's better.
There is a good weed zombie film called Toxic. Oh shit! Why can't I think of the name now? Idea is some kids go to find this sort of like legendary weed field that there is, and when they find the field, they're like fucking buzzing, but they're spraying a weird pesticide over the top of it, and this fucking pesticide turns everybody into zombies that's in the weed field, and it just goes batshit. Toxic zombies. There we go. Toxic zombies. It went under a different name. It was on. I think it was on the original 72 ban list. Back in the day. But yeah, Toxic Zombies. It does go under another name, but I can't think what it is. But that's a decent film.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah. Go on, I'll throw one up.
Go on.
Right there.
So these guys have done a couple of good films. One of my favourite fantasy films was with these two guys. It was a Canon film, but this one is an entertainment video release, and it's the Barbarian Brothers in Think Big.
Oh yeah.
Probably the worst one that these guys did. It's fucking awful. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be a comedy, but it's not much of a comedy. The best bit about this release is there's a preview.
Barbarian guys, right?
Yeah, from the Barbarians, yeah. But these are two bodybuilders that obviously they were twin brothers. Yeah. I think one of them's dead now. I think there's only one of them still alive. Yeah. Well, the only good thing about this is that right at the beginning there's a preview of Hulk Hogan's Suburban Commando right before the film. Yeah, but it's an entertainment video, and I do like the entertainment video releases, but this never got really seen on TV in the UK because it's only 84 minutes long, so it didn't fit. It didn't even fit a TV slot over here. So this was probably the only way. I've never seen a DVD of it. Definitely no Blu-rays of it. It is crap in comparison to some of their other films. But
I haven't seen it on VHS at all. If I saw that, I would get that.
I think I put it on the shelves back in the day, but yeah, I never rented it.
Yeah, mate, you saved yourself some money. You know what I mean?
I would have it now as an X-Rental.
Yeah.
But I never watch it.
Yeah, I mean, they're okay. You know what I mean? The Barbarians is probably the best film that they did. And you know what I mean? Canon obviously saw that in them. But anything else after the back of that, you know what I mean? There's comedic actors. No, forget about it.
Yeah, the only one I know is Twin Sitters and was it Double Trouble and
Double Trouble?
Yeah,
that was about it for them.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's only one of them alive now.
Yeah, I just checked. Unfortunately, one of them did pass away in 2020.
It just gives you like an idea of like, you know, the ideas, the lack of ideas they had. That they had just two bodybuilder brothers was a good enough like gimmick to throw a couple movies at. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think if Exactly, and I think if they'd have stuck to one thing, sort of action films, they might have been all right. But trying to throw some comedy stuff in there, it was never going to work.
Yeah, they saw Hulk Hogan was doing, I think, and then thought,
yeah,
Professor. Greetings and salutations.
Hey,
hello, Professor.
All right, I got one for Professor.
Watch went away. McCarroll came to play.
Anyone know Kissed?
Kissed?
Get Gareth up there. Let's get Gareth up. What is that? Kissed. What the hell is that?
That one neither.
It'd be an A24 film now. It's about a woman who only gets off with corpses.
Oh, it's A24 will be all over it.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't think it's like another one that has never made it onto discs.
Yeah.
Imagine why.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
Strays.
Strays. That's a new one. Or last year now. I've not seen it yet.
No.
I don't think I've seen that either. Huh. But yeah, I got. I have the Barbarians, the first one, I think, on VHS.
Yeah.
Cool. That's the only one I have.
It's a good film, and the cover art for it is brilliant as well.
Yeah.
I think the VHS that I have is, I think they're just standing there.
As a photograph or as a painting, because the one in the UK is a piece of art, so somebody's painted it, and it's beautifully painted. It's fantastic. But they both stood side by side. But it's a lovely rendered painting. Whoever did it.
Oh shit! I'm gonna have to pull it up and.
Well, that's what the Blu-ray is now. Right. I have the Blu-ray of it somewhere.
What I got on my slipcover is it's a picture, and it's like they're standing in the rocky hills or something like that, and they're just like standing there side by side.
This is the UK one. Oh, you got it?
That's it. That's the one.
That's the one I remember.
Yeah.
No, see, they're standing side by side, something like that, but it's just a regular picture of them standing outside. Yeah, something like that.
That's the one. Well, that's the Blu-ray.
Looks a little less dramatic. The one I have, though.
Yeah, so the Blu-ray is that one, but there's a reverse on the Blu-ray as well, which is that one.
Yeah. There's some good covers on there.
It's actually a really good film. You know what I mean? It's nicely done as far as sort of like sword and sorcery films go. It's well produced.
Yeah, I remember it being everywhere on VHS, but I don't know why they didn't do it for people.
No, I don't know. It's weird because it does work really well. It's a decent cast in it as well.
I haven't seen it since back in the day.
No, I haven't seen it. I don't think I even saw it back then. I've not seen the trailer most. There you go.
The second highest grossing film in 1948 was Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. Holy smoke.
I've never watched any of those. Those Abbott and Costello Meet Universal Monsters.
You know something? I never sat down and paid attention to it, and watched it front to back. But as a kid, I remember it being on TV.
I don't remember them being over here much. Those two.
No, I don't.
The animated cartoon they did, I think, was over here. I remember that on the mornings.
Yeah.
But not
I know my mother would go on some shit like that when I was young. So, but not that I can fully remember the whole movie or the whole story or anything like that. I just remember them being in the background, kind of like Buck Rogers and and shit like that. It's like the late 70s, early 80s ago. So around, especially the late 70s, stuff that stopped in the 70s, like late 70s. I just caught a glimpse of it. I have just scattered memories of the Fall Guy or even the A-Team and Happy Days and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean those
Curly and Archie Bunker.
We didn't.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, Gareth, but I remember back in sort of like school holidays, summertime, so 6, 7, 8 weeks off school, early morning, Monday to Friday, being shown back to back. old Flash Gordon serials. Yeah. And they used to fucking pump them on a weekday morning on kids' telly.
Rocket Man and
There
Tarzan.
and then when they'd run through them, they were banging through sort of Stingray and Fireball XL5 and.
Yeah, we got. I remember Tarzan over here. I remember Rocket Man. There was Rocket Robin Hood. You guys get Rocket Robin Hood?
No, I don't know that one.
You never. It's like Robin Hood, but it's supposed to be in the future and with space packs and shit like that.
Right. No, I don't know that one.
I'm gonna have to look that up. Maybe that's Canadian. I don't know. I didn't know that was if it's a Canadian show or not.
We had Why Don't You?
Why don't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look.
I had two kids who was in the year above me at school were presenters on Why Don't You?
Mm.
And then I'm going off topic now, but then the same girl went on to do Children's Ward.
All right. I thought you were going to say Electric Blue, but then
Children's Ward.
All right, here we go. Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
let's see. We're out there.
Harold Lloyd we had over here more than anyone else.
Yeah.
The Survivalist.
Yeah, it's a tape that crops up regular, that one, on the X-Ray.
Yeah, I've seen it around a lot. I thought it would be quite an odd one. It's just definitely an apocalypse.
That cover looks familiar for sure.
Yeah. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, but because I think there's no mutants or anything in it. It's just a Steve Railsback film.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll do another one on here before a Western.
The Angry Gun. I don't know that one either.
Exactly. These are like Italian films by the look of them.
I don't like a spaghetti Western.
The Angry Gun. The Angry Gun.
All of 90 minutes. So this one's 1986, it says.
You know what that cover? Can I see the cover again? It looks a little bit. It looks almost like. Do you remember that horror movie Ghost Town?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got that as well. That's
almost like the same cover, but with a real person instead of.
That's a Full Moon film. That's a Charles Band film. That Ghost Town.
George Martin's in this, or George Martin.
George Martin.
Hey, Crusher Movies and Games. What's going on, man?
Hello, Crusher.
He knows the A-Team.
Yeah.
Oh, can't not go wrong unless it's Cyborg. Oh, you're not a Cyborg fan. What about?
I was always partial to Cyborg.
Yeah, I love Cyborg. It's one of my top 5. When we did that top 5 for Gareth.
Oh yes, I wouldn't go that far for me,
but it was in my top
go 5. On, I'll throw one up. It's another entertainment in video. You don't see this crop up so often. The Legend of the Golden Pearl. Weird, bizarre. Yeah, weird, bizarre film. Kung Fu, martial arts, Indiana Jones, and sci-fi all rolled into one. Just absolute berserk, but the artwork's great on it as well.
Yeah, PG and everything.
Yeah.
Although 80s PG.
Yeah, so it'll be like 15 now. You know what I mean? But I mean, entertainment in video over here put some absolute bangers out. You know what I mean? They do some great releases. A lot of straight to video stuff was through entertainment video. It's on an old Konica tape. But if you've never seen it, I think I'm right in saying this is the only way. There is a version of it up on YouTube, but it is a VHS rip. But there's no DVD or Blu-ray. No one's ever picked this up for some fucking reason. I don't know why. I mean, it's got Vinegar Syndrome written all over it, but even they've not touched it.
Oh yes.
But it's a good film.
Yeah. What's going on here? Wasn't Cyborg almost Master of the Universe 2? Yes, apparently so.
And Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yeah, well, the set was set up for Spider-Man. And then when the wheels fell off that project, they didn't know what to do. So they thought, well, we've got this dead crap script for like a post-apocalyptic film. We'll have a go at that. who can we get? Well, try and get Jean-Claude Van Damme. He read the script and went, no, I'm not interested in doing that. and then they tried everybody else and thought it's not going to work. They went back to Van Damme, obviously offered more money, and he said, yeah.
It's I mean, like, it is what it is. It's its own movie. Like, some people like it, some people hate it, but I find that the way that they ended up doing it kind of fits like the feeling of the movie, like and the story of the movie. You know, the post-apocalyptic kind of feel of it.
Yeah,
the way it kind of is, the badness of it is it kind of matches the story. Like, so it makes it pretty cool for me. I don't know.
Yeah, and it was good that he broke away just from the straight up martial arts films, because as good as they are, you know what I mean, there was virtually one after another. So when he threw sort of that in there and then threw Time Cop in early 90s, you know what I mean, it mixed it up a little bit for him. I don't know why he didn't stick with doing that kind of stuff. I don't know. But...
Damn, he was offered something the other day. I saw and he turned it down because they wouldn't pay him the same amount as whoever got it back. I can't remember what the film was. It's like a really big film of the late 90s. But he wanted the same amount as the big star they got in the end. But there's an interest.
Yeah, well, he'll needed all that money for his cocaine bill. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but yeah, Cyborg does have a director's cut, but it's only on the German Blu-ray or something called Slinger.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But
it's a rich man's drug, that cocaine, man. You need money.
Yeah.
Well, I'll do 3 more and then I'm out.
Oh.
Ready.
Look at this one here. There we go. Entertainment and the video is still going to this day. They have VHS and Blu-ray and DVD out there.
Yeah.
The newest more DVD and about 10 more VHS. And only a few Blu-ray.
Yeah. They pumped a lot of.
Right, here we go. Who knows this one? Apparently, Al says it's a racist title in America.
That's a
Black Bounty Killer.
Black Bounty Killer. Wow. Okay.
More guns than Navarone. More guts than Stallone. But I don't think
Jesus.
I don't know that one either.
Nope.
Oh, it's got Fred Williamson. That's supposed to be that picture.
It looks more like Lee Van Cleef.
Yeah, I was going to say it's Frank Nero.
Yeah.
Right. What about?
The Cage.
The Cage. I've never seen it. I know of it. I've never seen it.
I remember this in the shops, but I never got it.
I don't recall.
Red Brown and Lou Ferrigno, Hulk, and what's the other guy?
Oh,
Lou Ferrigno's in it.
America. The Hulk and Captain America, isn't it?
Yeah.
Remember him from Red Heat?
The Cage.
No date again. Oh no, there is 1988. Yeah, nothing special. One more. Oh, there you go. Oh, it's got Professor's seal of approval. I have to watch it now.
Red Brown.
I don't know.
And that is right.
The Light Horseman. I think.
The Light Horseman.
This might be a preset. It's got no certificates on it.
Cool. I don't know that one either.
No, me neither.
Anthony Andrews, Peter Phelps, formerly of his soap Sons and Daughters, John Blake and Zach. Sigrid Thornton, Bill Kerr.
So it's Australian then.
Yeah.
Mr. Tanaka from Die Hard is the bad guy in that, Professor says.
Ah, yes. It's got a label on it about how much it cost. $74.50 back in 19. There it is, 1989. So yeah, very expensive. TV holdback 18 months. But yeah, there's no cast or anything.
It's been held back longer than that. I've never heard of it.
It might be a sample tape. The things you find. Hey, Dutch. There was, but it is a sample. Oh no, it's not a sample tape. It's a homemade butch job.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Sample tape.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yeah, they've hello. Yeah, they've butchered it somehow. They've got half of it's the sample tape, and then half of it they've made themselves with a homemade poster by the look of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a label that's stuck on.
Fair play to them.
Wait,
I wouldn't have gone that far.
I think Yes, Dutch knows.
You know how many extra rentals I got out of that for that extra work?
Yeah.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Well, that was great. Thank you very much. We got some people joining in.
I'll throw another one up.
Again,
another entertainment in videotape. And this is one of my favourite films of all time. And not a lot of people know it. It's never had any other release apart from this. I think there might have been a really crap, like, 2-pack DVD over years ago, but you don't see it that often. And it's Mark Hamill and Bill Paxton in Slipstream.
I have not seen that.
Yeah, the second coming of Star Wars, as it was advertised back in the day.
Yep, this was the producers of Star Wars trying to have a go at something of their own and absolutely made a mess of it.
I saw that last year again.
I love it though. It's got loads of charm, like loads of charm. Yeah, it's so
it's worth a watch. Yeah,
definitely. Like
Mark Hamill in it though.
No, the idea behind it, the sort of way it's set up is great. It is the worst editing in a film you will ever see. It's not even edited. I don't think it's even edited. It's just scenes pasted together. There is no editing. It's god awful. But it looks beautiful, and there's some good actors in it as well.
Like
I'm gonna check it out.
Highlands and stuff, wasn't it? So
yeah. But it's one that I rented on a regular basis when I was younger. There you go. From the producers of Star Wars and the directors of Tron. I mean, it should be an absolute banger. You know what I mean? But no, it's not. It fell really flat.
Got the great Bob Peck in it as he's the lead guy, isn't he? The robot or whatever he's supposed to be.
Yeah, so it's Mark Hamill, Bob Peck, Bill Paxton, Kitty Aldridge, Robbie Coltrane, Ben Kingsley. You know what I mean? It's punching. You know what I mean? And it should have done better, but it absolutely tanked. And it's like futuristic, but without being futuristic. It's a bit weird, but it is definitely worth a watch. Definitely worth a watch. Mark Hamill's got this really weird look about him, like completely bleached white hair, bleached white goatee and mustache. Like, just doesn't look like him at all. But it's a good film. But like I say, if you're going to watch it, go with the open mind that the editing is absolute garbage.
Cool, I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
Anyone ever watched Eye of the Tiger?
Yeah. Eye of the Tiger with Gary Busey. Yeah, I mean, I think Vinegar Syndrome put that out not long back on a Blu-ray or a 4K.
It's a very two-tone film, isn't it? It's like half 80s action, half serious thriller.
Yeah.
Well, pick a lane, Busey.
Yeah.
Resident Evil, the final chapter is terrible editing, apparently.
Worst editing. Oh, yeah, Professor, mate, it's the worst editing I've ever seen in a high-quality film. It's really bad.
The stuff is probably...
Oh, the stuff. I mean, I
on cocaine, that one.
Yeah, I mean, fucking... It is. Slipstream is great. I mean, we recently put a night on and we did a double bill of the Blob and the stuff. And I showed the stuff seconds. By the time everybody got into it, there was about 5 pints deep. And the bit where Chocolate Chip Charlie turns up in it, man, people were rolling about laughing. You know what I mean? It's great.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's a serious film.
5 pints, 5 pints can help a lot of stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, I will bid you adieu.
All right, Gareth.
Take care, Gareth. Nice chatting, man.
Good to see you, buddy.
Take care, everyone. Good night.
See you later, mate.
Bye.
Later. Goodbye to Gareth. Say goodbye to Gareth, everybody in the screen there. Say bonne sweet dreams. Take care, Gareth. So yeah, Busey did some more action movies during those days besides Tiger. Movies like Bulletproof and Act of Privacy.
Act of Privacy, I don't know. Bulletproof, I know. Act of Privacy, I don't know.
Privacy. Take care, Gareth. Good night, Gareth. Welcome, Raccoon City.
Raccoon City. I like the Resident Evil stuff. You know what I mean? It's slapstick.
I watched the first one. I watched the first Resident Evil movie, and that was it.
I like the first. I like the second. Third's okay. Then they just start to dwindle off after that. But they're all right. Just to stick on it background. You know what I mean? If you're not that interested, it's.
I didn't purposely like not watch them. I just never. After the first one, I was like, yeah, whatever. You know.
She's done worse films. You know what I mean? You don't see that much of her anymore, really.
No, you don't.
I think Monster Hunter put pay to that when she did Monster Hunter. I mean, that's a shocker of a film.
I actually liked Welcome to Raccoon City, though.
The new one.
Miscast, by my opinion.
Oh. Yeah, that's the new one. I've still never watched it.
Hello, Mayanne.
Hello, ma'am.
The lovely and talented Mayanne, everybody. Yeah, so
what else have you got, man?
Well, I got that other order, someone else's Friday night. This one's not so entertaining as the other guy's Friday night. Still some pretty good titles, but that guy's weekend was way better.
Yeah.
Well, the first one I got in here. This guy started off with Children of the Corn, but 666. I think it's from 1999 or whatever.
Blockbuster tape as well.
The late 90s.
Yeah.
So Children of the Corn 666.
And then I'm trying to work out. Is that the fourth film? That I get lost with them.
I'd have to check it out. I know it's pretty late. It's like 1999, somewhere around there.
Well, it might be fifth film then.
Yeah, could be pretty late up in there. So let's see. I'll make sure I don't miss somebody in the chat here. Oh, Mr. Bones Boglins. Mr. Bones is here.
Hello, Mr. Bones.
Mr. Bones. Don is here. Everybody saying hello, hello, hello. Everybody, hello, hello. One of these days, I'll get somebody to take care of the chat, and I won't have to do it. You know. So this movie I had to look up. I believe it's from what did I say it was now? I look it up and I forget. I think it's from '88 or something like that. Firefight. Yeah, and it's like in a post-apocalyptic kind of deal from 1988. I'm not familiar with it. I haven't seen it. Because when you type in firefight, there's a lot of things that come up, but you got to check out from 1988.
Right.
88? Yeah, I think it's 88.
Who put it out? That one. What distribution is it on the tape?
Let me tell you in a second here.
I'm trying to think if
Trans World Entertainment.
Oh, Trans World.
Yeah.
Well, that's Australian, I think. I think that was an Australian company, Trans World.
Oh yeah.
I think so.
So yeah, Firefight.
I don't know that one.
It looks pretty cool though.
Yeah, I mean, I have a ton of post-apocalyptic films, but I don't own that one.
It had a pretty cool poster to it.
Yeah, a lot of them did. I think that was a way of selling the film because the poster was normally better than what you were watching. But
well,
yeah, Firefight. I don't know that one.
They knew they'd trick you. You know, they'd reel you in with the picture, the image.
Oh yeah.
And then the next one, I know there's a pretty crappy, just generic title in here. Oh yeah, Backdraft.
Yeah, my wife loves Backdraft. I'm not the biggest fan, but she adores it.
I mean, it's not a bad story, you know.
No, it's watchable.
But I mean, compared to all the other titles that we've had going on, it's a little bit
mainstream.
Yeah, maybe that's the one he grabbed for his wife. You know, who knows?
Yeah. There's a bit of eye candy in it, isn't there? So.
And the last one in his order is another movie I didn't hear. This is with Richard Gere called Red Corner.
No, I don't know that either.
And it's I think it's let's see here, 90. I think I wrote down the goddamn date. Yeah, I think it's 1997.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Red Corner with Richard Gere. So that one, Red Corner, Richard Gere, and the Backdraft was for his wife.
Yeah.
the Firefight and the Children of the Corn 666 was for him.
Yeah, they're for him when she's gone to bed.
Yeah.
So when she's had enough, then I'll see you later, love. Off you trot.
There you go.
Let's watch some Children of the Corn 666.
There you go. That's how I imagine the guy's weekend went down. You know.
Yeah. They could have done one film each Friday night, one film each Saturday night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hello, Len Dog.
What's up, Len Doggy? And girls, hello, Len Dog. Yeah, so those were the two forgotten X-Rental orders that people rented and never brought back to the video store.
That's cool. I mean, to be honest, I used to be a pain in the arse for it when I was younger, but with PlayStation 1 games, I remember Checkin 2 coming out and not being able to get hold of a copy of it anywhere, but our local Blockbuster had it, and we just rented it between two of us and never took it back. Just kept it.
Yeah, for sure, man. I know so many people have done that.
Yeah.
I remember one time in particular when it came to me and my mother and I used to rent tapes when I was younger like crazy, and especially during summer vacation, and we rent like 5 movies. The limit, they let you rent 5 tapes limit, and we'd rent 5 every day. And we stay up all night watching them, and the next day another 5, you know. And the titles that we watched, the two of us growing up together, man, it's like that's why it started this whole thing. It's just like I watched so much movies with her from the video store that I can't even remember what I was talking about.
Yeah, I mean, for me, all these kind of films are shit that people's never heard of. That's where I found all this kind of stuff. So my parents aren't really into film at all. Like my dad likes an old spaghetti western. My mum likes it likes an old fucking film noir or something like that. But sort of video rental, mainstream cinema, stuff like that, they've just never ever been into. So for me as a kid, summer holidays at school, if friends were doing anything and no one was playing out that day or whatever, the first thing I'd do in the morning was 9 o'clock, walk up to the video shop, get 3 tapes, come home and slam them in. And watching this kind of stuff was the simple fact of, A, the guy wouldn't rent me anything over what my age range was.
Right.
And B, I'd watch the mainstream films over and over again. So I was looking for something a bit different, and it led me down to the straight to video kind of stuff. Right. The really obscure stuff that's been on cinema for a week and then got dropped to a video. But that's the stuff I've always tended to lean towards is this kind of stuff. And I always found more fun and more entertainment out of it all than the mainstream film. So all this crap that's sat behind me here, there's hardly any AAA titles, you know what I mean? They're all low budget B movie shite.
Yeah.
But that's what I've always linked to, because that's what I've always enjoyed. But that stems back from my local video shop, and me just picking the shelves dry of anything they had.
Yeah, and it's also like those kind of titles were the ones that you never heard about, but you saw the artwork.
Yeah,
and you're like, wow, this has to be epic. Look how epic that artwork is.
Yeah.
Then you get it home and you put it on, and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's like shot on video nonsense. You know what I mean? It's like some guy with a camcorder going, "Hey, shoot, this is the correct film."
But they won you over. They won you over with the cover and the artwork, and you're like, okay, well, I'm in. Let's take the ride, you know.
Yeah.
And you either enjoyed the movie or you hated the movie. You know what I mean? And it all depends.
Yeah. This one, I'm a big Indiana Jones fan. I've always loved the franchise. So when you're looking around the video shop and you see sort of Indiana Jones-esque films that were being pumped out at the back of it, this one always popped up. It was a Vestron video release in the UK, and these Vestron X-Rentals are great in the UK. They look really good. The art was always cool on them. But it's Sky Pirates.
Well, let me see that. Let me see that here. Okay.
So that box art straight away. I mean, even the tagline at the top, it says the Ark has been raided and the stone has been romanced. Let the real adventure begin. So
nice.
yeah, I'm in all the way. It is a good little film. It's a good little romp. So I got that sort of 1940s, very early 1950s feel about it.
What year was that?
It is.
Because I don't know if I don't think I've saw that.
Doesn't say. It doesn't say. I'm wanting to say it's around 87.
Wow.
85. Sorry, 85.
Wow.
It says it on the tape.
On top of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the Vestron releases are brilliant. You know what I mean? It's
nice.
And Vestron are still doing a good job on Blu-ray as well, which is cool to see. But they're old X-Rental tapes. They always came in these like dark maroon boxes. The artwork was always really good. It had the big banner on the top.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for them.
Yeah, it looked great.
Yeah.
Everybody talking in the chat here. Where does one buy VHS?
Oh, well, it varies from where you are. In the UK, it's not that easy anymore. And most things are going through collectors or dealers' hands. You can find the odd occasional thing pop up on eBay, or sort of like if you use the app Vinted. I'm finding quite a bit on there at the moment for next to nothing. Facebook Marketplace, every now and again I'll find something. But apart from that, it's going through guys that are buying and selling, dealers. It's hard to find anything sort of like thrifting or charity shopping anymore. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, Ross with this video. Yeah, for me it's mostly through the flea market or on Marketplace or through word of mouth through people that I know, and every now and then there's some kind of like a little expo or vendors thing happening every now and then around close enough that I can attend, and that's basically the only way that I pick up tapes. Sometimes on eBay if I really need tapes. Yeah.
See, I'm lucky as well that a friend of mine, James, he's a huge collector, and he will just go and take massive collections from all over the country, really. And he knows my taste. He knows that at some point I'll have a stack of tapes here that I don't want. So what we tend to do, he picks the stuff out that he thinks I'll be interested in. Then I'll just swap him for the stuff I don't want, and he'll take whatever off me because he knows he can flip it somewhere else. We just tend to swap stuff between each other for nothing. So that helps. Because he always finds loads of stuff that I can't find anywhere else.
I have to open a store for that's right, man. You're correct. I'm working on it. Should be soon. I watched so many crappy movies on TV and rented them back in the day that my pain threshold of bad movies is pretty high. Yeah.
Yep.
Stockholm syndrome for bad movies after all the torture. No, that's true. Professor will watch anything.
Yeah, I mean, I used to be able to. My threshold has gone down. The older I've got, the stuff I like, I can still watch. If it's newer kind of stuff, sci-fi channel movies, low Amazon movies, that kind of stuff, I can't watch it. I just cannot do it anymore. There's so much.
Yeah, sorry to cut you
off. No, go on for it, man.
I was going to say to Mayan that if you can also buy new VHS tapes if you're interested in like movies, like Terrifier and things like that. There are places that you can buy those on VHS. There are like limited runs sometimes, and they're a little bit expensive and hard to find, but they do exist. And there's a lot of companies like Lunch Meat that comes to the top of my mind and top of my head. I can't really think of the other ones at the moment, but there's a bunch of like companies that are putting out new VHS tapes, especially horror ones. So
yeah, we've got coming out, I think it's February. I don't even know the name of the company. They're that new. Well, they're putting out a special edition of Evil Dead 2 on VHS. Comes with posters and loads of other crap, but it's like £35. And I'm just like, nay, I can't do it. I can't jump in to a market like that for VHS new for £35. It's not going to happen.
Well, you know,
they must see a market for it, otherwise they wouldn't have done it. But
yeah,
it's old collectors like me aren't going to spend that kind of money. Whether they're hoping that the high end collectors are going to pick up on it, or a younger audience is going to pick up on it, I don't know. But it seems an odd one to choose first.
You know, depends on like what end of the market you want to be at. Like if you want to be like retro stuff or new stuff or new retro stuff, or you know what I mean. It all costs money. So.
Yeah, I know a company called Dazzler Media put Mandy out a couple of years back on VHS, and that sold pretty well for them. But they're quite a well-established company in the UK with DVD and Blu-ray. So to do something a little bit special, a bit one-off for them to do something like that, it sold well and because I think the price point was like 15, 16 pounds. People will pay it, you know what I mean? But at 30, 35 for a VHS title of a film like Evil Dead 2, to be honest, I can't see people paying it. But time will tell.
No, well, it's tricky to say because you know I can see somebody paying it. At the same time, I don't want to see somebody paying it.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
yeah, just go out and buy an original copy of Evil Dead 2.
Exactly. Yeah, like, just go that route.
Yeah.
But I mean, are we at a point where that point where people are going to pay that much for a reprint of it?
Yeah.
Because is it really like? Because if you're just going to get a new edition of it, you might as well just get like the Blu-ray or whatever. Latest format they got out, right?
Yeah, and the other thing is as well, if they're aiming it, well, the only people they could aim it at is us, because we're the only people that've got players. Most people got rid of their players years ago. Right. Kids aren't rocking VHS players or recorders. So if these kids are then going, well, I'll tell you what, I'll go and find a second-hand player, and then pop a £35 fucking videotape in there and it chews it on the first play. Like, you know what I mean? I just don't know what it's aimed at. Whether it's just a collector's market and they're never going to be watched, I don't know. But it's an odd one. It's an odd one.
More of like I don't know. I guess if you're looking at it as like a collector's item novelty kind of thing. Maybe.
It's nice to see, but whether it takes off or not, I don't know. I think the price point's too high, but.
So I mean, there's people that buy tapes and whether they're moldy or not, or you know, like I like to watch my tapes.
Yeah.
So I don't want them to just sit there on the shelf and never be used. Like that's part of the charm for me of owning them is to be able to watch them.
Yeah. For me too. You know what I mean? I've got a couple of different setups. You know what I mean? I've got a setup on a larger screen. That I've had to set a HDMI setup on it just so I can get a picture on there, and it's okay. But my preferred way is the TV that's in front of me now. It's a 20-inch combo, and that's brilliant. That's how I'd rather watch them.
Yeah, they are great when you find them. I was lucky enough to find a bunch of them before they started being a little harder to find. I picked up. I was going to do a video on it, but then I found out it needed a little bit of work, and it doesn't seem to be the crazy amount of work. But I picked up a VCR from like '86, so a Mitsubishi or something like that from 1986, and it works. It comes on to play. You put a tape in, it plays and everything. And I think what it is like you know there's like these arms that pull the tape up.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine was telling me that sometimes they're not aligned, and when the tape runs through it, it goes off. It gets chewed up because it doesn't run straight.
Yeah.
So sometimes I think it's some kind of adjustment. So, but it's a super nice VCR, man, and it came like all together with the manual and the remote, all nice and clean. Cool. So if I can maybe open it up and see if. I'm by no means am I the cable guy, but if I can open it up and see if I can get it working.
Because those older players were a lot better. I mean, I've a more modern player. I think it's from around 97, 98. I think it's either a Philips player or a Sanyo player. man. There's no weight to it. It's like it's lifeless. It's a piece of shit now. You know what I mean? It just won't track anymore. But the older machine I've got is brilliant. You know what I mean? I clean the heads on it about every 6 months, and it just keeps playing.
Yeah, I got a bunch of. I got I have one brand new. I had actually two that I got brand new in a box. I have a bunch of VCRs, but this one was a nice old 86. You know, I got it for $15. It was $15. So, and I asked the kid at the store. He said that they don't hook it up to a TV. So he says I can't tell you whether or not it plays a tape, but I know that it does come on and it functions. So I said, okay, I'll take a chance. I'll bring it home. And it plays, like I said, the image comes on and everything, and it plays. But then eventually it starts to get chewed up. So
yeah,
I'll see if I can do something about it.
Yeah, it must be fixable. You know what I mean? It's especially players from that sort of age and era. They were meant to be fixed. Like I said, that sort of late 90s one I've got, it's just a throwaway machine.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They're not worth opening up. And
no, not at all. Not at all. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like those kind of players over here at the moment, those kind of recorders, like £5 to £7 to pick one of them up. Sort of like mid 80s, early 90s stuff, so it's a lot more expensive.
Have you ever checked out like the price to buy like a VCR brand new in the box from the 90s or whatever that has never been? You can get them. You can buy them. They're like, you're talking like close to $1,000. But they're VCRs that from then that were never shipped or never used.
Yeah.
They're still sealed in the box and everything, but they're like their dates are from the 90s or whatever. But they range from like $600, $700, $800, $900.
Yeah, that's out my price range.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not interested even if I would pay a little bit of money for a brand new one. I'd pay a little bit, but I wouldn't pay nowhere near that. That's like with your $1,000, I could buy like 25 secondhand shitty ones.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, a guy who I work with has just done a bit of a clear out at his mother's. His mother passed away, and they've been through everything. They've found like 3 players upstairs, like, and he sent me these pictures of them and said, "Are they worth anything?" And I'm like, "Shit!" Like all 3 are Sony players, look to be sort of early 90s players. They must have been some serious money because they look like quality machines. I said I'll have to have a bit of a read up. I don't know the machine. I'll have to have a bit of a read up on it, and it turns out they were a quality machine back in the day. So I'm tempted just to throw him some money his way for him and then just sit on them.
Yeah, why not? If you have a place to put it, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
I have room for a couple of little key components that I need to pick up for whatever I need them for. And then once I pick up those little purchases, I'm maxed.
Yeah.
I got no more space, no more room for nothing.
Yeah, like I said to you before, I'm same in this room. You just can't move in here now. You know what I mean? I'm literally falling over stuff, and it's the smallest of rooms. You know what I mean? It's like a broom cupboard. But it serves me.
It gives it a little bit of charm at the same time. You know?
Oh yeah.
It's like your media cave, right? You know, like.
Yeah, like a mate of mine said, there's a few people coming around here next Saturday. We'll work a few things out for the next few movie nights we're doing. And I said, listen, come and have a look in the room, pick some films that you want to show. And then they went, hold on a minute, we're going to have to go in one at a time. It's going to be like a game of sardines if we try and get a few in there. It's like
for sure. Yeah, but it's cool, man. Like when you have your room, like whatever size. I mean, obviously it'd be nicer to be bigger than smaller, you know.
Yeah.
But I guess you take what you can get, but
yeah,
if you're lucky enough to have your own space where you can just plaster it with everything that's that's
yeah.
cool, you know?
I think what it does as well, though, it limits me to what I buy, so I only buy what I want.
Yeah.
Instead of just buying fucking everything, which I want to do. But sure, but it limits me to buying just what I want because that's all I can get in here. You know what I mean? So it does work. It does have its advantages, but
you run out of space. Also, bitch to find specific movies I need with all the piles I have to go through. Yeah.
Yeah, well, luckily I'm sort of I'm well set out here. I know where everything is. All my Blu-rays are on one side, and all my VHS is on another, and all my Arrow video stuff's above me, and all my 101 film stuff's down there. My 4Ks are in one section, so I'm okay like that. But all the shelving and units and everything I've got in here now, it's like maxed. Like there's the wall facing me that's got my Vipco collection on it, and some posters. I could probably take the posters down and get probably another 3 shelves up there, but you're talking what, 4 foot each? You know what I mean? It ain't much, but it will get me a little bit.
Yeah, but then where do you put your nice poster after? On the ceiling?
Then I'm losing my posters. So for my poster collecting now, which I collect a lot of posters, I've had to start buying college folders. So I buy A2 and A1 college folders, which work brilliantly, and they store them brilliantly, but it's a pain in the ass every time you want to look at something.
Yeah.
And then UK quads, which are 30-inch by 40-inch, which are massive. I can't do anything with. I have to roll them and put them in tubes and then put them out the way, which is sad, really. You know what I mean? But that's the only option I've got.
Yeah. I like posters too, man. I can easily dip into that pool. I haven't done it yet. I've almost done it. I've almost pulled the trigger on some cool posters that I've seen, and I'm like, I don't have any room for posters at the moment.
Yeah.
And I have like I'm looking for specific things for certain areas, so I can't be like just jump. But if I had the space, I would fill a whole room with the ceiling and everything with posters, man.
Yeah, I like a poster. I mean,
same here.
Currently in front of me, I've got Van Damme in Cyborg. That's one poster on that side. The other side is Galaxy of Terror, if you know that film. That's there. And then there's a Tremors poster above that one. Nice. And then an Exterminator poster in the middle. And then me Thing poster on the other side. So. Cool. And then all my Vipco releases, my Screen Time Vipco releases are all through the middle.
Yeah, man. Put your posters on the ceiling. You have no room. That's what they did in the old video stores, man, back in the day. Put right on the ceiling. When I was a teenager at home, when living with my parents, my bedroom, man, the walls, I had flags and heavy metal posters and movie posters and chick posters and calendars from the floor to the ceiling, man. Plastered with pictures growing up as a kid. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, for me over here and a couple of my friends, it was rave flyers. Flyers for raves from all over the UK. I mean, everybody was trying to get their hands on these flyers. And some of them go for big money now. But we was obsessed. Fucking bedroom walls just full of flyers from different raves.
I always liked getting different flags, and putting them on the ceiling, because I like, especially on the ceiling.
They did nicely.
Little sweep thing there, which made the ceiling look pretty cool.
Yeah.
Back in the old days, you get a couple like glow in the dark ones with the black light.
Yeah.
Smoking, having a puff out the window.
Yeah.
With the fan out the window so your parents don't smell it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was awesome.
Well, I'll throw a couple more tapes.
Professor and the Goth Girls, that's right, man.
Yeah. This one's one of my favourite animated films of all time. And this is an early entertainment and video release from the UK. And it's a complete Star Wars ripoff, but it does it quite well. And it's Star Chaser, The Legend of Orin.
Star Chaser, I'm pretty sure I've seen this.
Yeah, brilliant little film. Fantastically animated. Soundtrack and the scores, brilliant. Characters are complete Star Wars rip-off characters, but they work quite well. It's a good little film, and for years and years and years, I couldn't remember what this film was called. And then one day, I sort of like wrote a brief paragraph on a forum, like I used to years ago, about what the plot was and some of the characters, and someone hit me straight back up and said it's Star Chaser, The Legend of Orin that you're talking about. And I hunted and hunted and hunted and could only ever find it on VHS. So that's this VHS. But then, luckily, recently, I found a widescreen edition of it on DVD that came in from the US. So it's quite cool. But it's a if you've never seen it, it's a great little animated film. I want to say, I mean, you can sort of like get the idea of the animation off the back of it.
Huh.
It's better animated than most films of its time. I think this is about 85.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good. It looks good. There's like a really classy spaceship in it, as well as it's definitely worth a watch. It's, if you like things like Transformers the movie or G.I. Joe the movie, all that kind of stuff that's been churned out mid-80s, this is really good. The animation's a lot better on it than most films that were popping up at that time. Yeah, it's even got the old children's movie sticker on top of it now.
You think that might be on Tubi?
I would imagine it is on Tubi. I've never looked for it on Tubi, but there is a version of it on YouTube, but somebody's ripped this VHS, so it's in 4:3. But if I could rip the DVD, I could put the 16:9 one up, because it's in widescreen on the DVD, and it does look better for widescreen. Nice. But it's a tiny little film. You've never seen it. Good little sci-fi animation.
I like that, man. I'm down for. I like anything animated.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for it, especially the sort of like 80s stuff. It started dwindling away a little bit mid-90s, but the stuff that was popping up in the 80s, I'm a sucker for massively. And I love 80s cartoons. I'm obsessed with that kind of stuff. But the films that were rolling out at that time as well were really good. They were well animated. You watch animated films today, and they all just feel a little bit lazy. Yeah. Everything looks similar. It's got a similar kind of vibe to it. Where the guys that were drawing these back in the day, they actually took some pride in what they were doing.
I have a little bit of trouble trying, like, really liking the animation these days. Like, for some reason, it just bothers me. Like, even the new Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
I wanted to like it. I wanted to watch it. I was excited to watch it. I put it on and started watching it, and I didn't really like the animation, man. I didn't. It kind of bugged me enough where I turned it off. I didn't even finish watching it.
Yeah, I for a long time wouldn't watch it, and then my daughter's partner, he brought it round here day after Christmas Day, and he got it on a 4K for Christmas off my daughter. And he said, "Listen, just I know you don't like the animation style or the way that all four characters are portrayed as really, really young." He said, "But give it a watch and see what you think." 4K, it looks phenomenal, but it's a really, really weird animation style. It's like flat 2D drawings that have been layered over the top of each other to give a perception of 3D. It's really odd. Take that out of it, the actual storyline's brilliant. The storyline's fantastic. But no, I could not get into the animation style. I enjoyed the film for what it was. I will never go back and watch it. I've seen it now, and I enjoyed it for what it was. I think the only thing you can take away from it at the end of the day is it's good that somebody's still doing something with that IP. You know what I mean? If it was kept like the Turtles I love, kids today probably won't be interested. And same with the films. And then the sort of stuff that came early 2000s with the Turtles was awful. The stuff that Nickelodeon did with it, sort of 2015, 2016, that was crap as well. But this looks like it might have a new lease of life. It actually might be okay. You know what I mean? It's again, animation style isn't brilliant. It's not my cup of tea. But the actual writing of it and the way the characters were portrayed in it, it's actually really good.
Well, you know what? I'm going to give it a second chance since you said that. I'll try to get past it and.
Yeah, because it's got a bit of a different angle as well, because like the Turtles are pretty much made the same, but Splinter isn't. Splinter's made completely different, and the way they learn martial arts is completely different. And it was nice seeing a bad guy in there that you didn't really know. So Shredder doesn't turn up in it. Krang doesn't turn up in it. It's a character called Superfly. Okay. And the actual it's Ice Cube that does the voice for him, so it's really good. But the character itself, as an evil character, as a bad character, this Superfly is brilliant. And then they shoe on in a lot of other characters. Gecko's shooting there, and you know what I mean. It is good. It is good. Bebop and Rocksteady are sort of like squalls into there as well, and they look pretty good. But if you can just get past that animation style, the actual story and the characterization is actually really good. But it's the animation I can't get past.
I'm gonna try and give it a second chance, see if I can do it. What's up, Big Matt? Big Matthew Benny.
Hello, man.
Big Matthew Benny is showing up tonight. There was no need for Splinter to make out with Scumbag.
No, there's not. It's a bit weird. Because Scumbag's like terrible in it. I just don't get the whole thing.
Scumbag, eh?
Yeah. I don't get why Splinter decides that he needs to kiss this like half fly, half maggot oozing thing. I don't know. It's
okay. Shame on you, Shredder.
Yeah.
A Splinter, I mean Shredder.
Yeah. Well, like I say, it's definitely left itself open for a second film, and I think Nickelodeon, it did well enough. I think that they will do a second film. But yeah, if you can get past the animation style, you know what I mean, you'll be okay with it. But that's the thing that held me back for so long was the animation style. It was like, what am I watching?
Yeah, same here. I wasn't interested in to begin with, and then I was sitting there and I had nothing to watch, and I came across it, so I was like, I put it on, and then I was like, and I shut it off.
Yeah, and I can understand why. You know what I mean? But the 4K looks beautiful of it. You know what I mean? It's really nice.
Check it out again. I'll try it out again. Well, man, I'm gonna let you go there. I know it's getting pretty late for you out there.
Yeah, dude, about 1:15
in Wizardland. So I want to thank you for coming and hanging out with me again, man. I appreciate it.
No, thank you for asking, mate. Anytime you want, mate, I'll be on, man. It's cool. I enjoy these sort of like relaxed chats like this. It's good.
Awesome. I'm glad that you enjoyed it, and I'm happy you're here. So maybe we'll do it again in the future.
Yeah, man. Just reach out, and I'm always up for it, man. I'm always up for it.
Good. All right, everybody in the chat there, Professor and Matthew and Mayan and Russell and Horror Cat Dad and Don and Charcy and Echo. Make sure I don't forget anybody. Professor, of course, a Dutch film buff, Crusher, and everybody else who I probably missed. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll catch you next Friday.
Adios, people. Take care.
Later, Tapeoids.